With this particular home, it was actually quite a large residence that the client needs. And because we had a challenge with the size of the home, we brought atriums into the center of the house. So by bringing in the atriums into the house, it then creates light and ventilation in different pockets inside of the house. When we met with the client on the site, it has a beautiful sea view, and the view is actually also, it's a southern view, which makes it a little bit more challenging with the design of the home, because you need to try and get light into the home in the most effective way, because you need to heat up the home with the northern light. So the way that we based the design, trying to take into consideration the views, most of your entertainment and living spaces onto the front, with the atriums effectively behind that space, leading onto the secondary spaces, which is then designed behind that, so that you can still get the light. The atriums then bring the light in, as well as the heat from the northern side, so that you can benefit from that heat and light in various areas from the home. We have designed a basement in this residence that's approximately 600 square meters in size. So it is an absolutely huge basement, for a residence. We've got parking for approximately 15 vehicles, in the basement. Also in the basement area. So what we're using the basement for is not just for vehicle parking. It'll effectively look like an art gallery where you are parking your vehicles inside. So we'll have art pieces on the wall, we'll have specialty lighting, bulkheads, air conditioning and everything in that area, where the client can then also utilize that for entertainment. And as part of that area in the bottom, we have included a kitchen, we've included bathrooms in that area as well, so that you can use that as an extension of the home, as an entertainment space rather than just a car park. And also that space then leads out towards the outside, and then in that area we have also put in a man cave, an entertainment area with a bar, and also a gym that then faces out onto the landscape. There are numerous things that are my favorite in this house. I think because of the complexity of the design and making the design functional, within 3 levels effectively, which is the basement, your ground floor and the first floor. We are using the atriums in order to get light into our basement. So on the ground floor, we actually have skylights that are level with the ground in that area to bring light effectively into the basement, because lighting up a basement is always complicated, and trying to bring natural light in there so that you don't always have to run lights in there, so that if you are in the parking basement and the garage door closes, that you're not stuck in complete darkness. And that also introduces a unique feature within that basement, where if you stand under the skylight and you look up, you can actually see the sky. So that's quite a unique feature within that as well. So on the aesthetic of the home, we have emphasized different boxes that actually jut out in different areas of the home, and those areas are then done in flush glazed glass. So the glazing, there's no frame that is visible, so it's actually glass on glass. So it gives you this very stark and clear block on the outside of the home, which is just done out of glass, and then obviously you have the structure of the home, which is more solid. So you get that juxtaposition of different materials, and also within the three-dimensional space, how you play with that space in order to give you an experience when you're standing outside of the house and also viewing it at a distance. Within this particular residence, as I explained, we've got multiple atriums. Now, atriums is almost part of our design style. We love to bring in atriums because it adds such a unique feature to each of the homes. And there's another home that I want to present to you next week, which we've also done an atrium feature in, but it's in utilizing it in a completely different way. In this particular home, we have the main central atrium, which has got a staircase that runs up against the glass of that atrium. So as you're walking on the staircase, you'll experience that almost as a bridge, where you're looking down as a double volume on the one side, and on the other side you're looking towards the outside, actually looking into that atrium and garden space. Which is quite a unique way of utilizing it. It also internalizes the staircase, which is great from a privacy point of view, because a lot of the homes that we do are on estates, and you do not want to be walking down a staircase on the outside of your home with a large window where people in the street can actually view into your residence. There are numerous things that are exciting for me. Obviously, is the design side, and for me to actually capture the design brief of the client and seeing his reaction when we do the presentation of the plan, because then they actually realize what our design skills are with regards to the layout of the house, and how we capture their brief and actually put that into a built structure. So for us, that's great and part of the journey. But also something very exciting that we do is we do the virtual reality tours. So you get to put on virtual reality glasses. You'll be able to stand within the space and experience that space within a three-dimensional environment, and actually get a real feel of what it feels like to stand within that particular space, and actually visualize your home and stand in that space before it is in actual fact constructed. I'm excited to share with everybody, our design thought, what we thought about when we were designing the particular home, how we translated that into a physical built structure, both on plan and also in 3 dimensions, so that people see what we were planning within a certain area and how we actually utilized that space afterwards. And we'll share all of those images with you so that you can understand what we were looking for when we were actually designing that space. Thank you for watching. It's been great for us to share some of our interesting thoughts to you. I really look forward to sharing more of these designs with you, and look out for us next week.